Hello and welcome. Students, we already know that the financial system of an economy provides the way to collect money from the people who have it and distribute it to those who can use it the best. Therefore, financial system is a platform which helps the borrowers and investors meet and interact or transact for their mutual benefit. So, in order to do this work in a better way, financial system has five important parts. Those parts or elements are financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments such as assets or securities, next financial services and money. So first we will look into financial institutions. Financial institutions are the organizations or intermediaries which serve as a link between the savers and investors to provide funds either for institutions or personal savings. So what financial institution does is it is a place where investors who have surplus money and borrowers who need money meet with some mutual benefit. So where both the parties will be profited. And financial institutions help in mobilizing the savings of investors either directly or indirectly by making use of different financial instruments and services. So those financial instruments or services are deposits, securities or loans. So financial institutions helps the organizations or person or individuals by making available certain services or certain instruments such as deposit facilities, securities or investment in shares, and also provides loans. So here both the parties will be benefited, right? The person who needs fund will get loan and the person who has money, who is lending money, will get interest to his amount given as loan. The financial institutions who help in this functioning are banks, insurance companies, investment banks and companies, etc. So banks provide loans or deposit facilities and many other services, and insurance companies help in reducing the risk, right, by providing funds. And also investment banks and companies help in making investments. Here both the parties, borrowers and investors, meet, interact and gain some benefit. And the next one is financial markets. So what do we mean by financial market? Financial market is a place in which financial assets are created or transferred. Here it is not a real transaction, which means exchange of money for real goods or services, but it is a place where financial transaction occurs, which means creation or transfer of a financial asset. Here real transaction doesn't occur, such as if I want to buy a product, I pay money and I buy that product. But in financial market, what happens is financial assets or instruments are bought and sold, which means a claim or promise to the payment of a sum of money sometime in future, or periodic payment in the form of interest or dividend. So in financial market, the payment is not made immediately. So it is a place where assets are bought today, and the payment and the promise is made that some day in future the payment will be made. Example, now I buy some assets in financial market, like I buy some shares in financial market, but I will not make payment today. I promise the seller that in some time, after 15 days or after a month, I will pay him the amount. So I promise him, or I make a contract that I'm gonna pay after some time in future. So here financial market means a place where financial assets or instruments are bought and sold. So and a promise is made to make the payment of sum of money sometime in future, or also periodic payments are made in the form of interest or dividend. So periodically, or like every month or every year, the payment will be made in the form of dividend or interest. So financial markets are further divided into four parts. So first one is money market. So money market is a wholesale debt market for low risk and highly liquid short-term instruments. So in money market is a debt market where debts are provided with low risk. Risk is lower, and the assets here traded are highly liquid, which are easily converted into cash, and for short period of time, less than a year. Example, treasury bills, commercial papers, etc. Next is capital market. Capital market is designed to finance long-term investments. So in money market, short-term investments or short-term transactions are made, but in capital market, long-term investments or long-term instruments are traded. Example, equity shares, debentures, bonds, etc. From the long term, in the sense the period which ranges from 1 year and more. Next is foreign exchange market. A foreign exchange market deals with exchange of currencies. Example, exchange of US dollar for rupees. So foreign exchange market is a place where multi-currency or multinational currencies are traded. And next is credit market. Credit market is a place where banks, financial institutions, non-banking financial corporations provide loans to businesses and also to individuals. So the loans provided here may be of short term, medium term, or long term. So here credit market, the name itself suggests that here the loans are provided. Okay. Next element or part of financial system is financial instruments. So these are also important element of financial system. So what happens, or what does financial instruments mean? Here the products which are traded in a financial market and the next element or part of financial institution is financial instruments. So this is an important component of financial system. So here trading of financial assets, securities, or other type of financial instruments in financial market is done. So financial instruments are the assets or financial securities or other type of financial instruments which are traded in financial markets. So these are, and financial instrument is a monetary contract between parties, or it may be stated as evidence of ownership of something. So financial instruments are the assets, or these are the evidence of ownership of of something. Example, if I buy a product at a shop and make payment, shopkeeper gives receipt as a evidence of payment, right? So we all receive receipt as a evidence or proof of payment. Therefore financial instruments are also evidence of ownership of something. So financial instruments are necessary equipments which help in trading of in financial market. So examples for financial instruments are equity shares, bonds, etc. So if a dealing is done, or if a transaction is done through equity shares, we get a certificate for holding of those shares. This is an instrument or a evidence. And next element or part of financial system are financial services. Financial services consists of services provided by asset management and liability management companies. So financial services are used by both asset management companies and also liability management companies. So financial services are the help or assistance provided by financial institutions as well as financial markets with the help of financial instruments. Therefore financial services is a combination of financial instruments, financial institutions, and also financial markets. So what financial services does is they help with borrowing of funds or securities, selling and purchasing of securities or funds, lending and investing, making and allowing payments. So all the services provided by financial markets and financial institutions with the use of financial instruments is known as financial services. So the financial services are merchant banking, mutual funds, venture capital, financing, etc. Financial institutions and financial markets help in the working of financial system by means of financial instruments. So example, mutual funds. So mutual fund is the financial services provided by financial institutions or financial markets. So what mutual funds does is they invest. It is an institution, it is an organization or a services where investment is done in different kinds of shares with low risk and good profit rate. So mutual funds are the intermediaries who acts between the investors and borrowers. So they are the link between investors and borrowers and help in making investments with low risk and good returns. Clear? And the last one is money. So money is understood to be anything that is accepted for payment of products and services or for the repayment of debt. So, in simple, money is a medium of exchange where goods and services are bought and sold, and also debts can be made with the help of money. So, money is a medium of exchange for buying goods and services. We pay money to buy some services or to buy a product. So, the money is most important element of financial services, because without money there is no existence or there is no worth for financial system. So money is the basic element on which the whole financial system works. Therefore money is the most important element of financial system. So money irಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ there is no existence, or ಹಣ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಗೆ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಮನಿ ಡಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮನಿ. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ದ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್, it can be said that financial system provides a platform to the lenders and borrowers to interact with each other for their mutual benefit. So financial system is a platform, or it is a process which helps the lenders and the borrowers to interact with each other for their mutual benefit. Some borrowers and lenders are the most important players in functioning of financial system. So financial system works on the functioning, or financial system functions on the interaction or transaction between the lenders and borrowers. So these lenders and borrowers are the players or the important elements of financial system also. Thank you.